Hello.
Hello?
Hello. What's up, bro?
Hey, this is the What's Up Bro podcast. We talk about movies, TV, geek stuff, news, pop culture, and it's funny, motherfucker! With Nary Signs, you know the question is not on here that I could have said yes to would have been a cock ring. I'm like, oh, I've done that. Jeff,
It was called Bibbidi Bobbidi Doorknob.
Stephanie.
The only reason he was invited was because he was dating my friend. It was like a pity invite. And he was like one of the first people to get there. What a loser.
And we have Missy
Yes, I'm here.
is also here.
Missy is also here. A girl has no last name.
Not anymore, am I right? Huh? And special correspondence with Steph Mayer Sr.
Yeah, I don't have to look cute for you.
Oh, no. And this is the What's Up Bro podcast.
That's how winning is done.
Hey, I'm Dave Chappelle, and this is What's Up, Bro.
Yeah, it's gonna send you either afterwards at the end. When
It's recording now.
All right, yeah, I know. But afterwards, when we're done, it's gonna give you an option to either to record it on the cloud or a link to your computer.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever one you do is fine. It's a large file, but as soon as you send it to me to my Dropbox, you can delete it.
Yeah. Okay.
The reason I can do it is because I record from my phone, and so when I record, the video comes out and it only shows one person at a time talking, which is uber fucking annoying.
Yeah, yeah. Why don't you record the audio? Oh, because you're doing the video too now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. The audio goes. The phone is Bluetooth into the soundboard, so we could do this.
Good God damn it.
I'll lower the volume.
A little
He
bit.
loves that button so much.
Please, please, and thank you for my fucking eardrums. My lord. What was it? Right in the middle of where those two settings were would be good for me anyway.
Oh no, that one's low.
Oh, okay. Yeah, please. There.
There's
Good.
different recordings at different volumes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this one will be.
Man.
I regret that recorder so bad.
All right, and we're recording. Welcome to the What's Up Bro podcast. It's been a while. It has been a while since we left you with a dope pod to hang out to, I guess. I am Nary Signs. With me, as usual, is Missy.
Hello.
All right, Missy, you know your name's on the thing.
I know, I'm going to fix it now. Shush.
Okay. All right. And with me today, for the first time in a long time, is co-creator of this said podcast. Was it 9 years ago? Something like that? 9 years ago, Mr. Mike Mercadal.
Co-founder. Yeah, right. Thank you.
What
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Both are true. I just want more titles. I just always want more
titles that don't mean shit. More titles that don't mean shit. More titles?
More useless titles for me.
Where's Vanessa?
Legit. Oh, she's not feeling well.
Oh.
She is not. She was gonna record tonight, and then like an hour before recording, I was like, "Are we gonna?" I was like, "Hey, are you gonna record?" Because I saw her laying in bed, like she's gonna record. She's like, "I'm not feeling well." I'm like, "All right, bro, fucking whatever." So she probably just needs some dark chocolate or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna, I don't know.
Got it.
But she's not gonna feel well for the next 4 to 5 days.
I mean, it's not new, right?
Oh, you're in trouble.
This is recorded for posterity. Of course, this will be found out. You just hope she won't listen to it within the next 4 to 5 days.
You know what she just said right now?
No.
What?
She just opened the door. Did you see her opening the door?
I did see that.
She opened the door and I was like, and I froze. And then she goes, "I could hear you." and I did that thing where I treated my wife like a T-Rex. I'm like, if you don't move, she can't see you.
Their vision is based on movement.
As still as possible. And to the listener, you could actually see this happening if you go to the YouTube, depends on whenever we post this, like 2 or 3 days later, I post it onto the YouTube channel. So go to YouTube and look up WuBro Pod or What's Up Bro podcast, and but you'll see it. You'll see it. I totally like.
Wow.
I heard that squeak and that door open, and I was like,
Missy and I were both like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah,
Missy,
that happens a lot.
Oh man,
I
miss you guys,
Mike,
man. I miss you.
Yeah,
I miss,
man, we miss
I
you
miss
too,
the
brother.
WuBro family. I was supposed to be down there around this time.
What happened?
Huh?
What
You guys
happened?
are
Why didn't
you
you
guys got the fucking cooties is what you guys got. You guys are cootied out down there. And if I leave,
no, Mike, our governor says that it's okay. We'll reopen. It's fine. Our governor says it's fine.
Yeah, we always
news
believe
from
everything
the
you tell us.
outside world, it's not fine. It's like that. It's like, oh god, what was the narrator where it's like, no, everything's fine. It was not fine. You know.
You don't see the fire? Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah. If I leave New York, like even to Jersey's on the list. Like I have to quarantine for 2 weeks before I can go back to work because I'm still in the hospital.
Even if you go to Jersey.
I mean, it's arbitrary. It's odd, you know. Like there.
It's funny though because when you go to Jersey, you should be quarantined anyways. Like that should be a thing before COVID.
Yeah.
Jersey is one of those cities where you walk in and you go, "Oh fuck, this is gross."
Have you ever been there?
Yeah. I've been. I mean, again, passing through it type of shit where you land and you land in Jersey and then you fucking come over like.
Yeah, no, that doesn't count. There's actually really cool spots in Jersey, but like, I don't. Here's the thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit the narrative of my joke, Michael.
Oh,
so therefore, I'm gonna go with
Rewind.
Jersey. Everything is legal in New Jersey.
You got to do a clapboard to know where the edit points are. No, I would much rather be in Miami than Jersey. I'll tell you that. Or like to my dad's house in Tennessee. I can't even like just hop on a bus down to my dad's house to go, just hang out to get a.
How long is that bus ride?
It's long, but it's definitely like here's the thing is that if I go
you don't got a car no more.
No. If I go to and I'm no long story, but my ex had access to cars and that would have been great. But
the rent a car company or something?
No, she's just like her sister has a car, her parents have a car, like it was like one of those things where if we ever needed to borrow a car, we
in the
could.
City? You have a car in the city?
Yeah, they have cars. But they like it's like Queens, so it's outer. It's not like in Manhattan.
Right.
Like there's plenty of.
Well, it's funny because I the first time I ever visited New York, I went to go visit a friend of mine who still lives there. She lived in Brooklyn at that time, so I stayed with her in Brooklyn. And all my comedian friends that had just moved up there, they were like, "Hey, so you want to come?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm in New York," and they go, "Oh, come and hang out with us. We're gonna be like." They were in the city, so they went to. They had a couple spots at a couple of the clubs in like Manhattan. So we're in Times Square, and remember Ronnie Khalil? Remember him?
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, Egyptian
so
guy?
he was, yeah. So he was like, I'm like, hey, I'm where are you? And he goes, oh, I'm on whatever the fucking number was, whatever Times Square is. And then he was like, I'm on the corner of blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm right here. Where are you? And he's like, well, I don't see you. I'm like, I'm fucking literally passing by you. And he's looking everywhere but the car right in front of him.
Right,
I'm like, I'm fucking right here. And it's because he was looking for me as in non-car form.
Yeah.
And he told me
he was looking for your body.
Yes, he even told me, he goes, he goes, since I've been in New York, and at that point it had been like 5 years that he had moved up there. He goes, I don't remember anybody ever being like, I'm like, if we're in Miami, you go, yeah, I'm here, and you look for a car. But in New York, when somebody goes, I'm here, you look for the fucking person. Nobody ever drives in New York.
And even if they say I'm pulling up right now, that doesn't mean anything. Like it's like
you still have like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm pulling. I was literally over, like, we used to hang out, me, Al, Jackson, Only, all these comics used to hang out at Forrest's house to do writing. We used to have writers meetings every week. And we would literally be there for hours upon hours. Forget about the actual writing, which is fun itself. But after we're like, all right, it's cool, man. We're done for the night. It would still be like 2 hours of hanging out after that. And there would be times where I was hanging out and I would listen to Al Jackson pick up the phone and tell him, dude, I'm on the way. I'm like 10 minutes away. And then put the phone in his pocket and continue the conversation. And he wasn't even in his car, much less 10 minutes away from anything. And he would do that. He goes, dude, I'm about to, like, at one point he literally said, dude, I'm looking at your apartment building right now. And I was like,
that's egregious. Good
yeah,
God.
I was like, oh, this is, you are not, oof, this is brutal. And then I like to think about it all the times that he told me the same thing. Dude, I'm right here.
Yeah. It's like one of those things that, what's that saying? Like, if they can lie for you, they can lie to you. Or, you know what I mean? Like, if, so like whenever, so like all of a sudden it's like, so you catch someone in a lie, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, you said that same shit to me.
Yeah.
How dare you? Like he goes up to somebody.
When I want to hang up on people, I tell them that my mom is calling, which if you're my friend, you know that that's not true. Yeah. But if I've said that lie so many times that one time they're like, oh, because I was talking to her on Tuesday at 5 and she had to hang up because your mom was calling. They're like, wait a minute. I called you at that same time. Busted.
Or like you're talking to your mom and you're like, hey, I'm sorry, my mom's calling. I was like, I'm on the phone with you.
I'm right here.
You get caught in the same lie. Like when it says like, hey man, you want to come out this weekend? Generic excuse. Did you just say generic excuse?
I don't know. My uncle might need to babysit. There's tons of shit you can come up with on the spot.
You ever seen that episode of The Office where Michael invites everybody to go out and then Ryan gives her like 3 or 4 excuses?
Oh yeah.
And Jim is like, you couldn't leave anything for me? And then he rattles off another 5 excuses. He goes, come on, man. You got to have these ready.
Stay ready.
You got to have these ready, man. Come on.
That was my favorite, where he's like, oh, I can't. I got to donate blood. And he's like, oh, wow, good for you. It's like, is there a limit to it's like, can you do it again? He's like, I don't know. I don't think so. I love that show.
Is there a limit?
Have you noticed
what
that there's
your hand?
From the skateboard thing? I remember
what skateboard thing?
I told you that I fucking ate it on my skateboard because I forgot how old I was. And I was
Did
skateboarding.
you forget how old you were and that's why you still had a skateboard?
Yes. And I don't have a car, bro. What do you want me to do? No,
Now fucking use a skateboard, I'll tell you that much.
It's fun. I skate. I didn't skate. I mean, not as much this year, but I skate a lot. You know, like I go around, we went out to the beach. This is before pre-breakup. We went out to the beach and we were just gonna like hang out on the sand and we were gonna sit in the fucking whatever with her sister. And literally, we got out of the car. I get on the skateboard. We're going towards the beach, like to start doing it. We get to like the sidewalk to get onto the boardwalk, and I'm cocky and I'm not paying attention. And I turn back to look at her, and I catch a rock. So like the skateboard stops immediately. And then I just kind of go flying, and I land. Yeah, and I just kind of like landed on my hand.
Did you catch yourself?
Yeah, like this is all pretty much healed up. It still hurts like hell, but like on like inside. But it's my knee, and then I got like they had to glue. But they had to glue that closed, so that's all healed up.
Oh.
Yeah, and then this. I twisted the fuck out of this thing. Like I landed like this, and then like I don't know what happened. I had a huge bruise here, and so my arm has been messed up for like a little while. So I have to do rehab. I'm newly single, and my right hand is messed up. I can't even jerk off right. Like,
is the skateboard okay? Is the skateboard okay?
Yes. Thank you for asking about the important things. Yes, the skateboard's fine. I was going to go out. Actually, no, I'm probably going to go out tomorrow. I mean, it's kind of rainy. I was going to go out today, but it's like rainy up here. But I want to get back on a horse, you know. I'm not going to let it beat me.
Because that's how they win.
That's how they win. That's how the terrorists win.
That's, yeah, you know, I was going to make fun of people that skateboard at our age, but did you see the guy who, like, went viral now? Because he was drinking cranberry juice?
Yeah.
While skateboarding?
I think about all the times that I've just been like cruising around in my headphones, and I'm like, motherfucker, I could have been filming myself listening to Fleetwood Mac.
So
Fleetwood Mac,
what?
and a couple things happened. A few things happened with that viral video, right?
Yeah.
So that guy, and everybody who's listening to this should already know what I'm talking about. The guy skateboarding, and he's drinking cranberry juice, which I'm pretty sure there's something in the fucking cranberry juice.
Oh, for sure, there's vodka in there.
So he's skateboarding and he's listening to Fleetwood Mac. Well, here's the thing: that song broke into the fucking Billboard for the first time in like 30 years.
Yeah, that's been happening a lot.
Fucking viral clip. Because of that viral clip. And so then the guy from Fleetwood Mac, whatever the fucking guy's name is, I'm not gonna pretend like I know about classic rock.
His name is Mick Fleetwood.
I was just trying to tell you that Mick Fleetwood.
Right. So
yeah, the Fleetwood Mac guy.
I'm not wrong though.
No, you're not.
He's a Fleetwood Mac guy.
But name him. He's like a legendary rock star. Like that guy.
I just did.
But that's the thing.
Fleetwood Mac guy.
Yeah.
That's his name. It's
that's
Fleetwood
Mac.
Mac.
No, it's not.
But that's the thing. There's a ton of young people now. There's a ton of like young people who are discovering these bands for the first time. Same thing happened when Eddie Van Halen died. Everyone's like, "Oh, what is this Van Halen?" Everybody's talking about. But because like everything is available at all times, anywhere, like people are checking him out again. So the streaming on all of this stuff is like an indicator of like what's popular.
So what that was
or who died or something.
So the Fleetwood Mac guy, he posted a video doing the same thing, right? Skateboarding and drinking cranberry juice. And now I just saw that dude in a fucking commercial. Like that clip is playing in a commercial.
Somebody gifted him a car.
I was watching an NBA Finals, and they fucking played it during the NBA Finals. And I'm like, I think it was a Google commercial or some shit. And I'm like, oh, this dude is getting so fucking paid.
He's getting paid.
Good
Not only that,
like this is awesome.
The guy the president of Ocean Spray, the juice people, he did it also, and then they gave him like a truck or something, like a car.
Mm-hmm.
They gave him something. Like and like like pallets of fucking cranberry juice or whatever, and he's making bank. Like they like for if they use that if they use that clip in a commercial during the finals, like that guy's making money. That guy's, good for him. Good for him.
So
just chilling, just vibing, on his skateboard, not falling on his fucking face.
It was a TikTok. And what I was going to say is that it was a TikTok that went viral. And the thing with TikTok is that part of the gimmick is that it's like Vine meets Musical.ly. So they cut that music in, but now, good for him. All good vibes to him, but there are fail videos coming out of people trying to recreate it, and they are magic. They're gold.
They're so fake. So fucking
They can't be fake. Don't take this away from me.
They are so fake. That like literally there's like it's because here's the thing. Anytime, especially with like the cycle getting faster and faster of like how things go viral, all of that means is that for sure there's a couple people that are out there doing it and then they fall. But I guarantee you there's a ton of, there was one I saw of a dude, there was one like he had his back turned to the thing, and there's another one I saw of some chick and she lands literally like face first into the camera, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like the cinematography of it is perfect. Fuck you cheaters. You liars.
It could have been a candid. You don't know.
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing, Mike. Here's what I've realized about my friend Missy. Same goes for my wife and a few other friends of mine. They don't like to be told. They don't like to be told about the wizard.
They don't want to see behind the curtain. Yeah.
They don't want to see behind the curtain. No, but they don't even want to hear that the curtain exists. They just are like.
That's an unfair assessment. Let me tell you.
Well, here's the reason why I bring this
up.
Tell
me the truth all the time, and I hate you for it.
I told my wife like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I told my wife how like we were listening to the radio, and it was like one of those War of the Roses type of segments, and I go, yeah, this is the fakest shit ever.
Yeah.
And then she was like, no, it's not, and I'm like, what? So then I went on to this whole thing about how like I know it's fucking fake, right? I know, and I'm not really at liberty to say on the podcast how I know, but I fucking know, right?
Yeah.
So I tell her that it's fucking fake, and she has texted me throughout the last 2 years. She has either texted or called me randomly, but I fucking hate you. And I'm like, what? And like I'm just listening to this bit, and now I can't like get it out of my mind that it may be fake. And I was like, well, you should probably get it out of your mind that it may be fake, because it's definitely fake. Like it's one of those things.
Yeah.
And they don't like to be told. They don't like to be told that there's a curtain. They don't like to be told what's
Where does
behind
that
the
come
curtain.
from, Missy? Like, why, like, is it because you feel dumb for having believed it, or do you just want the magic to be real?
Yes. So I'll say this much. I'm somebody that I'll dive deep into all the uncomfortable stuff, but I'll give myself permission to believe like this little nugget of bullshit. So I'll waste hours on TikTok and it's all bullshit and it's all bullshit. Like it's just bullshit. But I will allow myself that little nugget because I'm going through a pandemic by myself.
Yeah.
And I've been in this room for most of this year, and I had plans to like go to Greece and Spain and all kinds of shit. So it's for my own, like, protect my own little cognitive process that I'll allow myself a little nugget of bullshit every now and then, and that those kinds of videos and literally everything on TikTok. TikTok is like a video version of Reddit. I feel it's just a garbage can of fucking bullshit.
You know what? I understand what you're saying. Here's the thing. I went on TikTok and all I could see was like how hard these people are trying, right? Because they are trying so hard to either be something or present something as like, yo, I'm the guy, or I'm the girl, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the one, like here's what I cannot tell you how that effort drives me crazy. Like I'm just like, get out of here. But I will say I am
effort. Just people trying. You're like you try.
No, because there's a difference.
I hate you.
No, because I know what he's saying.
You know what I'm talking about.
Thirst trap. Yes, it's the thirst traps. It's the guys who come on there. There's some videos that. So you're scrolling, like, I don't know if either of you were ever on Vine, but it's the same concept where you're just scrolling. Well, any social media. So you'll scroll and a video will come on and it'll be something like this. It'll be like, hey, stop scrolling for a second. I want to tell you that you are worthy and like just bullshit for a minute. And I'm like, fuck you. And I just keep going. It's a girl, it's a guy, it could be a therapist. There are porn stars on there who
That's the only reason I'm on there.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. Someone posted some like big titty something or other, and I was like, I guess I got to download TikTok now. And I was like, well, okay, cool. And then I just never looked at it again. And then someone was like, oh, go check out TikTok. And I look at it again, and I'm like, there's no titties here.
Because they're not allowed to show boobs on the app, but they'll tell you where to find their tits, either on OnlyFans. I came across a video last night where this girl she spent all weekend making TikToks about like sex tips. And then people in the comments, because obviously the internet were like, how the fuck do you know, blah, blah, blah.
Prove it.
Right. Like, prove that you know what you're talking about. And she goes, Google my name. And you Google her name. And the very first thing that comes up is her Pornhub premium channel. And then she's like, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm like, okay, you're legit. I'll follow you.
That's a hustle. That's a good hustle. The OnlyFans.
One of my favorite tweets about porn stars on social media was Oni like 10 years ago. And he was like following a porn star on Twitter for her to only tweet about her fucking little dog. I don't give a shit about the dog showing your tits.
Well, this one
some
was
of them
not
are funny though. They're getting like the social media strategies behind these adult film stars are pretty solid now. I don't follow that many.
I've never knocked a hustle.
Well, there's a lot of people like the top tier OnlyFans people, mostly women. They use TikTok as their
mostly women marketing. Is there a top tier?
There's dudes on there.
Yeah,
there's dudes on there.
But a top tier. But top tier, like
stash and memberships and subscriptions. Yeah.
Man, you think gay men don't exist? There's dudes on there.
Yes, I know.
And women that want all of that videos of stuff.
To be top tier on OnlyFans is like you have to be like, oh, top tier to me is like, oh, top 2% of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I've
But there's so many people on OnlyFans now that top 2% has exploded in number. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many more people.
I've seen people promote themselves and be like, top 0.02%. I'm like, what? Is that a thing?
Well, there's a girl.
There's a graph. There's got to be stats. Everything is data mined, so for sure they know the numbers.
Everything's quantifiable, man.
Yeah.
She has like 2 million. I forget her name off the top of my head, but there's like an OnlyFans girl. She has 2 million followers on TikTok.
Send me the link.
Disgusting. And then
just screenshot it for me. I don't care. I don't need to hear anything. Just screenshot it.
I don't need to spam. And she legit just goes on there to promote and redirects it. There's another girl that was on TikTok talking about her OnlyFans. Fox News took a clip of one of her TikToks and put it up in one of her segments to shame her, and her subscription went up by 200% that day. That fucking day.
Shame her. I wish that Fox News would fucking put up my website to shame me. That would be amazing. I wish a motherfucker would.
That's the thing about the people
I wish.
We just
wish a motherfucker would try to shame me.
But that's the thing with the OnlyFans. I think that the people who make the most are the kind of the most egregious are the ones on Twitch. The girls that do the streams and then just collect donations and stuff like that, and then they just show cleavage, and then there's these thirsty dudes that are just all over it, just whatever. And on Reddit, every once in a while I'll stumble across some, because I'm on Reddit, but I only subscribe to the subreddits of the things that I want, because I just don't want to see
you don't want the whole fire. You just want your little campfire.
I want the stuff that's not going to drive me crazy. Occasionally I'll go into the all, which is everything. But I sit with my Miami Dolphins stuff, the football stuff, the sports things. Then there will be one are oddly satisfying, which is just things aligning perfectly, and all of my OCD gets quenched by the delicious.
Those are so good.
When they're vacuuming, and then the width of the vacuum fits right into the space that they're trying to make. It's oh yes, and then I love it. And then just cute animals and all that shit. I just follow that. That's all I care.
I'm gonna send you, Mike. I'm gonna send you a thing. Speaking of Reddit, I saw this. I forgot where I saw it. I think it was Twitter, but it was a screen capture from Reddit, and I wanted. Where is it? Right.
While you're looking for it, I gotta go take a leak.
Oh, I already sent it to you.
Oh, you sent it to me?
Yeah, I sent it to you on Messenger.
Okay.
On the Messenger. And it's on Reddit, and it's one of those, am I an asshole?
Oh, yes. Am I the asshole?
Right. Yeah.
Stating a scenario and then asking if you have to ask, you probably are.
There's a whole thing about, there's a whole subreddit of, that's the thing, am I an asshole? Or there's an abbreviation for it, whatever the fuck the abbreviation is. Am I the asshole? And then they give you the scenario. And from what my wife says, who is an avid Reddit reader, she goes, most of them are pretty much 50-50. You could always find somebody making the argument for and against. No, this person, you were in the right. Or, that was kind of fucked up what you did, but I can understand where you're coming from. And that type of shit, that's the kind of feedback you get. This person did not get that kind of feedback.
What? Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, read it. Because I'm using my phone, so if I read it, it won't be on camera.
I got you. Where's my... Yeah, hold on.
Don't you have to go to the bathroom, though?
I am. I'm going to go to the bathroom, and I'll come back and I'll read it. Hold on.
Yeah, Mike, that's what, for the listeners of WuBro, for old school listeners of WuBro, he goes to the bathroom a lot. He goes to the bathroom often. We did well over, I think it was 100 episodes that him and I did alone. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 60 or whatever it was. But however many episodes Mike and I did by ourselves, there was not a single one where he did not go to the bathroom. There was not a single one. Do you understand? What are the chances of him? I promise you. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell by listening to the podcast because he would edit them. So he would always.
He would fix it.
No, he would back in the days. He would be the one editing and posting it. So back in the days, he used to use, but it was we used to use the dun dun from
Law and Order.
Law and Order. So whenever you would hear that, it's because he'd all right, we'll be right back. We gotta take a quick break, and then it would dun dun, and it was always he had to go to the bathroom. Always.
Well,
That was
we're talking about Mike going to the bathroom as he goes to the bathroom, so I think this is great material.
this is like groundbreaking.
There's some stuff I wanted to. I needed your wife on to talk to her about, but now it's not going to make a lot of sense.
Not gonna make all that sense.
Wait. Are you? Is this Reddit story the Star Wars thing? So I can check it off our agenda.
Yes.
I will check it off our agenda.
Okay.
Dun dun.
Sorry.
All right.
Had to be done. Something's never changed, bro. Something's
was
never
just
changed.
I was telling Missy that no matter how many episodes we did together, there was not a single one where you didn't take a bathroom break. She's
Well,
like,
yeah, because I'm proper.
Like, no, are you gonna hear the dun dun? That's how you're gonna fucking hear.
I'm properly hydrated. That's what it is. Is that I drink? Okay. So what are we doing? Am I the asshole? Here, I'll do it. Oh, this is I'm gonna start an OnlyFans that it's just me like speaking very gently into the microphone.
It's called ASMR. You don't need an OnlyFans for that.
No, but I want to make money.
What do you mean you don't need? We need it to make money. That's why we need it.
Hi.
Okay.
This is Mike telling you that you're a lovely
It's like
person.
the episode. Did you ever hear that episode of? Did you ever watch an episode of Parks and Rec, where they're like at the NPR radio station, and then the two places have merged together, Eagleton and
yes, yeah,
and they have both radio hosts from both NPR stations, and
they're both very soft spoken and.
Because it's NPR and they're all very passive.
But they can't stand each other, and they're like, I don't even know why you're here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you should leave. Well,
that's later on in the series, right? Not early.
Yeah.
So,
ahead, Mike, read the man asshole.
Am I the asshole for wanting to name my daughter after a Star Wars character? Throwaway, of course. That's a whole other thing. People put like a throwaway account so that they don't get it tracked, because that's the worst. If someone finds out what your Reddit name is or whatever, they can just go back through your search history and see like how horrible you are when you're anonymous.
Well, isn't that what happened to that guy in the last presidential election? That fat guy with the red sweater.
Yes, Ken Bone.
He became super. Yeah, there you go.
And he just resurfaced again.
And then they went back to his history, and they were like, "Oh, this guy's a fucking creeper."
He's like a pervert.
As if you couldn't tell by just fucking looking at him.
Yeah. Throwaway, of course. Since we are 99% set on the name and don't need my child's name tied to my Reddit history. My wife and I are huge fans of the Star Wars movies. Huge. We met while camping out for the premiere of The Force Awakens. Our spark was instant, and just a year later, I proposed with a ring hanging from the arm of a Rey Funko figure, and she said yes. Everything about us is Star Wars, and I mean everything, from what we watch to what we play to our home decor. Our friends think we are a bit nutty, but have always respected it until my wife got pregnant, and we shared the name we wanted. We shared the name we wanted when we found out we were having a girl. Captain Phasma. The whole name, like Mary Kate. She's due in 6 weeks, and once we announced the name on a Zoom meeting with our family and closest friends, they went from being happy and excited to appalled. They think we are messing up this child. They think they were messing up the child for this. My wife and I were both bullied as kids, including myself, for having a name associated with a girl, example, Jordan. And we think a strong name would make other kids in awe of our daughter, especially once you have the tie-in to Gwendolyn Christie, who is basically a warrior. Our daughter would be both respected and feared. Oof. My parents are bugging us to consider naming our girl Gwendolyn or Brienne even for Christie's Game of Thrones character. Honestly, it's a sore point with my wife and me because she watched the show behind my back and it bothers me. And my parents know this, so I definitely would not consent to naming her Brienne, even though I respect Christie and her talents in the clips I've seen. So, am I the asshole, or are we the asshole, for wanting to name our daughter after a strong female character from our favorite movies? I feel like between Star Wars being where we got our start and our lives basically that it shouldn't be so bad. And then there's an edit because apparently there was a reaction, and then he went back and then edit. I thought reactions would be mixed, but I'm surprised at how negative it is, especially with the reasons for her name. We have some time to think about this more through at least. And my wife is open to opening CPs CP's name with a more normal sounding first name?
There's so much to unpack.
There's a lot to
So
unpack
much.
there.
There's so much to unpack.
Starting
First
from
of
the
all.
end to the beginning, CP on the internet means child pornography when the when the cops catch you.
Is that true?
Yes, like that's when
Wow.
like that was how. Oh fuck, who was it that got busted with a bunch of stuff?
The principal from Ferris Bueller.
Yes, but more recently.
No, really?
Yeah, Rooney.
Oh, you didn't know that, Missy?
You didn't know that?
No, I just saw that right
dude.
now.
Right now, this very second.
Yeah. He told one girl, he was like, "My balls are growing." It was weird.
God, yeah.
Because that was actually a line from his character in Howard the Duck.
Oh my God, yeah. I can't watch. Like, it's hard. Every time I see him pop up, I'm like, "Yep, that guy diddles kids." Him and the father from Seventh Heaven. You know how the father from Seventh Heaven?
Yes,
is like
he got accused,
brother,
but he wasn't. I don't think he was ever charged, but he was accused of.
No,
being
he
copped to it. He said.
Did he?
Yes, but the problem is we talked about this on the podcast before on Geekmore a few months ago, actually, not even that long ago. The problem with him was not the problem with him, because we know the problem with him. But the problem as far as persecuting him is that it happened 3 separate times, and it happened like literally 15, 25, and 30 years prior.
Oh, so the
statute
time,
limitations
whatever.
had run out. Yeah. But he copped to it. He admitted to it, and the way they caught him was that him and his wife, that they were married for like 28 years, 29 years in Hollywood, which is a long fucking time in any marriage, but in Hollywood especially.
Mm-hmm.
He filed for divorce, and she recorded one of his conversations with his therapist, in which he admitted to it, and she, the ex-wife, the soon-to-be ex-wife, got that and sent it to the fucking cops. Yeah. And
that's
then he admitted to it.
That's an ex-wife move right there.
Yeah.
Well, fuck that guy.
That's like
he did
100%.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That's one of those scenarios that you would typically see on that subreddit. Am I the asshole? Like, am I the asshole because I did an illegal recording of a therapy session, but he's a fucking child predator?
There's
like, I mean,
there's some that
you're
it's
wrong,
just like, am I the asshole because my husband, because I bruised my husband's fist when he hit my face? Like there's like a whole bunch of those where it's like, no, you're not. He's a monster. Like, please, the other person is bad.
Yeah,
there's
this
a ton of
guy's
that
the
shit.
asshole. He wants to name his child Captain Phasma.
Okay,
and
let's get into
there were
it.
so many things, right? Captain Phasma. First of all,
that's awful.
It's such an awful name.
Why would
based upon one of the worst fucking characters in the Star Wars universe. There are so many more. There's like every female character in Star Wars is amazing, except for Captain fucking Phasma. She was awful.
Ahsoka
right?
Tano.
Ray, Leia. There's so fucking many. The
little girl Ewok that has a baby.
Yeah, I forget the name of the chick, but the from Mandalorian. What's her name? The kid Carrera.
Oh, Cara Dune.
Played. Yeah,
Cara
that's
Dune.
a fucking dope name. That's also Star Wars. Like there's so many great characters, female characters specifically.
So let's talk about
Captain Phasma was the fucking worst.
So I think I agree. I'm 100% in agreement with you. That's what a shitty character to want to name your kid after. But also the one that has like the most, like the name means something in this world. Captain is a fucking word. You know what I mean?
It's a rank.
It's a rank. You know what I mean? Like it means something. Like even if he just was like, oh, this is my daughter Phasma, I'd be like, oh, maybe. I mean, there's.
Yes. That's what I'm thinking. Yes. Name the kid Phasma because Captain Phasma's name is not Captain Phasma. It's Phasma.
Exactly.
And
her name isn't Captain.
Fucking rank. Her name is not Captain. Her fucking name is Phasma, and her rank is Captain. And just like anybody else who was fucking in the military, that's not their name. It's their rank. Like
it's like when it's like when Tony Stark goes like, "Hey, that's Phil Coulson. His first name is Agent."
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It really
dumb
motherfucker.
It's really mean. I mean, parents that are listening or gonna have kids, like, don't be an asshole when you're naming your kid. My parents gave me an awful fucking first name. I spent my entire life explaining that I don't know what it means. I don't know why they gave it to me. I have no idea. I can't even Google it.
Me and you both, sister. Me and you fucking both. My name is horrific. However, with that said, I will bow down and acknowledge that Missy's real birth name is far worse than mine.
Awful.
What flavor Latino are you?
I'm multi-flavored. My dad is
that ice cream that has 3 flavors.
Yes, that's exactly.
You're Neapolitan.
My dad is Cuban. My dad is Cuban. My mom is from Chile. I was born here. Strawberry, chocolate, vanilla.
Okay.
She's Neapolitan.
But so my legal name, and then this is how you know. This is how you know. Time out. This is how you know that my parents. This is how you know my parents liked my brother more than me, even before he was conceived, because I got my fuck ass name and he got David.
I mean, they learned their lesson with you.
Yeah, they hated me.
Here's the thing. I was gonna say 2 jokes. Now I got 2 jokes in the chamber. One, Neapolitan. She's a Neapolitan flavor of ice cream, and just like the real Neapolitan, she hates one flavor, so she leaves that one the fuck alone.
Where it's like all of the chocolate is scraped out, all of the vanilla is scraped out, all the strawberries just fucked off in the corner.
You notice how I didn't even have to mention which flavor. You know, everybody fucking knows which flavor's left.
I'm not going to say which one it is, but he's right.
So that's the first joke that I had locked and loaded. And then here's the other one to attach myself to Missy's joke there. Yeah, I have 2 older brothers named Pablo and Jose. And then it's fucking Neri. Then it's Neri. Like, really,
that's
bitch?
Me.
You motherfucker, like, you couldn't be experimental. Like, they were like, this is the last one. Who gives a fuck with this one? Like, it's just
a throwaway. That's not nice. Just for any parents that are out there listening, be very mindful, because you might think it's fucking cool, but your fucking first grader's gonna walk into her class and be like, hello, my name is Captain, or whatever the fuck, last name, Captain. Like, that's fucking awful.
Even Phasma sounds like a Middle Eastern name or something like that. Like, you know, like there's
Phasma's not a bad. I don't think Phasma's an awful name.
Not bad. The Captain
I would rather,
part.
I would rather Ray. I would rather Ray or whatever.
Any other
Captain,
one.
Yeah.
Last name Gonzalez, Captain. Like, that's just fucking mean.
Captain, bro.
Well,
Captain,
it's also my favorite part
of
this whole thing is when they talk about the Zoom meeting in which they announced this, and I can only imagine they went, my closest family and friends, whatever, they went from being happy and excited to appalled. Where they knew they had to, that family knew this was coming, because these are like grade A top shelf nerds. Yeah. If they met in line for The Force Awakens, they met, like they proposed with a Funko.
Who the fuck makes a line? Buy the ticket ahead of time.
Oh my God.
I mean, for them, I'm glad they did it.
Maybe they're from a small town and they only have one theater and they don't do pre-sale tickets.
Maybe, but either way, that Zoom call would have been. I want to see it so bad. Like, I wish they would record it. Where they're like, we're gonna name our kid, and everyone's like, oh my God, we're so happy. Like, Captain Phasma, fuck you. What the? What do you mean? What?
Why do you hate your kid?
I could just.
Danny, no, Danny, come on, no, Danny, don't do that. No. There's that person who's super nice. There's that one aggressive, like, that's fucking stupid, and then there's that other person who's trying to like appease their, like, come on, no, Danny, Danny, no, don't do that, come on.
Or like
for real.
No, like a fucking Consuela and No.
That one. Wait, which one was it? Round. Nope.
Oh my God, bro! Stop.
I got it.
No. I'm imagining the GIF of like every one of those Zoom frames, like the Brady Bunch shit, is the GIF of Chris Farley slowly like getting sad at the. You remember? Have you ever seen that GIF? The one where he's at a restaurant, he's ordering. It's from SNL. He's like ordering, and then he's just like, huh? Like, it's just like a slow change.
That's awful.
I could just imagine the whole Zoom call just be like, what the fuck? It's like, God damn it, whatever his name is.
I want to see that one dude who just gets so angry he throws shit around, like just starts throwing the chair, like, what the fuck? And he's so mad.
I don't think that the guy.
I'm not calling. And you can tell. You can see his parents are like, I'm not calling her captain. I'm not gonna call her captain. No, Danny. No, I'm not calling her captain. That's so stupid, Danny. No, I'm not doing that.
They said that the whole name Captain it's like hyphenated, so it's Captain Dash Phasma, the whole like Mary Kate, like from the Olsen twins. So it's like that implies that there might be another middle name. And then the last name, so it'd be Captain Phasma Finn, whatever, you know. You know who's a better character? Even fucking Rose is a better character than Captain Phasma. Miss No Consent Lady is still better than Captain fucking Phasma. And you know what bothers me the most? This whole thing bothers me. Like, there's so many things, there's so many layers to this. But you know what part that bothers me the most is that he's such a fucking bitch about. She watched Game of Thrones behind my back. Behind my back?
And it's a sore subject. It's like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
I feel like this is the kind of couple that like celebrates fictional characters' birthdays with like a party and cake and candles.
Well, let's not judge people too harshly for that.
I'm just saying.
My birthday's really close to Harry Potter. Shut the fuck up. No, I'm just kidding.
As far as the fandom, like I could imagine. So like, there's some couples that will fight about watching TV. Like
you watch this.
Fight.
Yeah. Like my ex and I were watching Peaky Blinders, right? And then it was a thing where it's like I didn't really care about the show, and she was like, "Oh, I want to watch it," and I was like, "You could, whatever, go keep watching it."
Yeah,
you know. I don't know.
That just happened today. Oh my God, that just happened today with Vanessa Goes. She asked me about some show that I had never heard about like a week ago. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. She's like, what's the show on Netflix? I go, I've never heard of it. She goes, do you want to watch it or not? I'm like, I've never fucking even heard of it. How would I tell you? How can I tell you if I want to watch it? She's like, well, I go, why? She goes, because I want to watch it. But if you're going to watch it, I want to watch it without you, right? I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll let you know as soon as I watch the trailer, I guess. Is there a trailer? She goes, yeah. I go, all right. So that was like 5 days ago. And then she comes in today, this afternoon, she comes in. The kids are at school and I'm watching TV and she's at work, but her work is, in our bedroom. So she gets off the phone from her day job, walks over to the couch and goes, hey, can you fucking, like, she's mad, right? Hey, can you watch the trailer for Emily in Paris? And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Because this was 5 days ago. I had no idea what, and first of all, she didn't even mention, I'm like, what? Yeah, the Emily in Paris. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, remember the show I wanted to watch, but like, if you want to watch it, can you watch the fucking trailer? I'm like, sure. So we watched the trailer, and it is the most fucking chick show on the face of the planet. It's written by and created by Darren Star, who created Sex and the City, right? So the trailer comes on, right? I put the trailer on, and like the trailer is like this girl, she's an American girl, and she goes, first of all, I want to apologize for speaking English. I tried to learn. She was like, I started Rosetta Stone on the plane, but it hasn't kicked in yet, right? So I chuckled at that line. And then it starts with the fucking trailer music with it's a fantasy. And like, it's like, the fucking, like, it's a whirlwind. And she's going to be dating a bunch of French dudes that are all fucking model good looking, even though they're just random dudes on the street and all this bullshit. And it says from creator Darren Star of Sex and the City. And all this shit, blah, blah. So the trailer ends and I go, oh, fuck yeah, I'm in. This shit looks good. And she goes,
don't watch it without me.
And she got so mad. She got so mad. She goes, oh, fuck you. And I go, what? And she goes, there's nothing to do at my job right now. I was fucking going to watch it at my desk. I go, no, you can't watch this shit without me. I need to pick on one.
Well, that show has pissed off the French.
I don't care about this show. I don't care about this show.
Well, you shouldn't, because it's fucking awful. And the French are mad at us again.
Why? Is it like stereotypical French? Oh, rude French people.
Because they're saying that it's an American show that portrayed the French to be very bougie and very like uppity and not true to form.
Did they not watch Sex and the City? Sex and the City is a fucking lie. It does not exist in New York City.
That fucking show.
But here's the thing. I love Sex and the City, but here's the thing. What I would say, to defend those shows in that regard. This show is not all about French, just like Sex and the City is not all about New York. It's not about everybody in New York City. It's about a specific group of people in New York City, which are like the socialites and the fucking high-end people and the people that go to Chanel fucking viewing parties and all this. That's not regular people. That's not me and you. Mike is not being invited. He lives in New York. He's not being invited to the latest fucking,
I would
Vera
go.
Wang. You would go, but you're not
I
being
would
invited.
go.
But you would
Some
go
of
like
those
you would go like you would go to the zoo and just be like people watch and just see what the other what the
No,
world
I
is
would
like.
go find an old woman that needs a man, and then she'll die.
So
and leave
that's
me
my
all
whole
her
point
money.
to this whole thing.
I'm
Like,
equal opportunity.
I've seen 0 seconds of Emily in Paris, but it's already like just from the trailer.
You know exactly
it's
what's
about,
up.
but it's about like high end, like fucking. It's like the company, whoever company works for, I believe it's either a fashion magazine or something to that extent, where it's like in that world. So the French are being upset about like, oh, you're making us all look bougie. Like, not all of you, just the fucking people who are into high end. And the high end people, no matter what country you're in, are fucking bougie. So shut the fuck up, like this, and just threaten them with war and they'll fucking run away, I guess.
Something about the French being mad at us is very comforting these days. This just feels like a little bit of normal.
I was in Europe for New Year's, right? I went to go visit. I have family not in Paris.
This New Year's?
Yeah, just passed. Thank God I went, because this was supposed to be the year that I travel, and I have like 50,000 airline miles just fucking sitting there, unable to be used. I have hotel points, miles, all this shit, and I can't fucking do anything with it. That was supposed to be this year. Thank God I went, because I got like the tickets were all with miles, so I just paid the taxes, and then the hotel in Paris for 2 days was free because of the credit card that I got.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm trying to figure out how to do all this shit on the cheap. Then, so when I was in Paris, I was trying to like communicate, whatever. I was using Google Translate. I was trying to like figure, because I speak a little, but like I had lost a ton of it. And then when I was thrown back into it, I was like, oh fuck, I don't know as much as I thought. Everyone was kind of nice. Like, as long, because I guess because I've lived in New York and I know how not to be in the way. And I don't have like expectation. Like, it's because it's not about Americans. They just hate asshole. Like, it's just that Americans think that when they go there, the blanket statement of Americans usually means like red state fucking people who are like, yo, you seen this fucking Arc de Triomphe and all that shit. And then it's like, those people
they got cheese and that wine that you like. They got them cheese and wine.
Why is the cheese different colors? Why is it not just yellow cheese? Why is it not wrapped in plastic? Like,
you have any Wisconsin cheddar? No, fuck this restaurant.
Yeah. Like, y'all got chicken tenders and some French fries. Oh, do you guys just call them fries? Like
Andy Bernard, and also from the Wisconsin region.
But what my point being is that in New York, it's the same thing. Like, the people, like if you like, let's say you're walking out of the subway stairs and you stop right at the top, immediately it's like, get the fuck out of the way. In English, fuck you, get out of the way.
Right.
It's not about, it's like, so I think it's interesting how big cities are commonly referred to as rude or whatever, but where I felt the most judged for not being able to speak French and all that shit was on the bus going to Strasbourg, because they were having a strike on the train, so I had to take a bus. And the bus driver was like, I don't fucking speak English. I can understand when he says, "Putain, fucking anglais, le papa anglais," and I was like, oh Jesus! And then so I got the Google Translate thing. You could just talk to it and it shows what's there. Yeah. And then I did that, and then he's like, and he didn't even look at, like, he was just like, fuck you, like essentially like blowing me off. Right. Clearly, this guy, not, he's a bus driver. He's not necessarily in the service industry, but I was asking for help, and it was only like when I got into the more rural areas, or like I guess the commuter areas, that people were shitty. But Paris was nice. There was like real chill. People spoke English.
I had a super rude person in fucking Canada. Super fucking rude.
I don't believe it.
That's
and
odd.
Everybody always goes, "Oh, that's weird," right? Because Canadians, their fucking default is nice. And I got to the airport, and it was literally leaving Miami while there was a fucking hurricane on the way.
Right.
And I was like lucky to get out of that fucking. So I got out of Fort Lauderdale, flew out, landed, and we got there so late because the flight was late taking off, that I was supposed to get a connecting flight to go somewhere else. And we land in Toronto, and was it Toronto? I think it was Toronto. So we land in Toronto, I think, and I don't know where the fuck to go. The airport is closed, and I'm like, yo, where the fuck do I go? Where's my bag? Should I go to the baggage claim? Bag's not there. But I'm supposed to get a connecting flight. So I was like, what? So I'm asking, so I go to the guy who's, it's an international flight, so you have to pass through customs. So I asked the customs guy, and I tell him, I go, sir, I don't know where I'm supposed to be because I had a connecting flight, but we got here late, and so I'm just trying to figure out what's happening. Can you help me out? I don't know where my bag is. He goes, do you have your papers? I go, yeah, here's my papers. So I give him a paper, and he goes, you have your passport? I go, here's my passport. So he goes, and he fucking looks at it, okay, and he gives it back to me, and then he waves me through, like, to the listener, like, if you're watching on YouTube, you understand what I'm saying, but he just goes like this, waves me through, and then I go, where do I go? No, he goes like that, he goes, and I go, and I just stand there, and he goes, go, and I go, where do I go? Like, I literally had just asked him, where do I go to check my bag? Where do I go? I don't know where my bag is, like, can you help me out? And so when he goes like that, go, and I go, where do I go? He goes, out there, get the fuck out. And I was like, oh shit.
He said fuck?
And it was one of those things where I was like, oh, you, like, immediately I was back in Miami. Like, I felt like I was back in Miami. I'm like, motherfucker, I could do this. Like, this is where my fucking, I'm an idiot, and I fucking thought that we were in Canada, so I just thought that you were gonna be nice. You're gonna be a fucking dick about it. So then I fucking go, so I immediately get thrown off, and I do, like, almost like I clutch my pearls, like, oh boy, Jesus, this is something and he was like, get the fuck out, whatever, blah blah. And I was like, geez, you're gonna be a dick about it. And then I fucking kept walking, right? Because I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And everybody I tell that story to, especially Canadians, they go, but he worked for customs. So I'm like, dude, I've gone through customs in Miami 1 billion times, and I've never had a bad fucking experience with a customs agent in Miami, ever. I've had bad experiences with customs agents, but they're typically in fucking third world countries and shit like that, where you go, okay, whatever, you don't like your job, you're fine, whatever, or you hate the fact that I'm American, whatever it's fine. But I've never had a bad experience with a customs agent in Miami. Not at the airport. I had one at the ship port, but not at the airport.
The only time I ever have a bad experience with that shit is when you go to customs and there's like 3 flights that landed at the same time. So it's like packed. There's like fucking 500 people waiting to get through like 3 lines. And then of course, you know, like you get there, and do you have anything to declare? And if you say anything other than no, you can see them go, you know what I mean? Like, you just, God damn it. Yeah, like that, like, inhale while looking up at, like, okay, now I gotta do work with you. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like, they're like, it's understood that you lie to me and I believe it.
Correct.
Like those War of the Roses are real. You lie to me and I believe it. Those are the rules. Yeah. Here comes Neri breaking the fucking rules. No. Yeah, just walk through. It's like, I have a question. God damn it. You know?
Not today.
It's the worst when they go, how long were you in Grand Cayman? I go, I just in transit. I go, I was just in transit. I got off a cruise ship and I came directly here. So you didn't stay there? No. What were you doing on the cruise ship? I go, well, I work there. I'm a comedian. Oh, you're a comedian? Tell me a joke. And I go,
then you do that.
And I get that. Yeah, I get the. And then there's been a couple times where I go, I don't know, man. I go, you know, when you go home, do you check your friends' passports when you go home? And they've laughed at that, and they go, oh, okay, I get it. I'm like, dude, I'm not working. I'm off the clock. I tell him, I go, I'm off the clock, bro. I don't do this shit. And he goes, what do you mean? You're a comedian. Tell me a joke. I go, oh, you check passports? You check your friends' passports when you go home? I don't. And somebody goes, hey, what are you, customs agent? Check my passport, bro. Want to check my fucking luggage? Like, no, you don't do that shit. Yeah. Leave it alone.
I have something to declare. Man, fuck you, Kevin. I'm off the clock.
I have some. Oh man, I wish I knew customs agent. Oh shit! Speaking of which, all right. So I just got right before logging on. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me that he just got one of those phone calls from somebody that wanted to do the scam. You know the scam.
Oh,
Go get a gift card scam, whatever the fuck.
Sure.
Just went through it with my dad like a month ago. When
did he get got?
No. Because he had me. He had me, so he didn't get got. And then because he got a text message, quote unquote, from AT&T to do an upgrade to his package for more channels for less money, but because the promotion is being run through, it wasn't American Express. It was
Visa or MasterCard.
eBay. It was eBay. So you have to get a specific eBay.
What?
Yeah, gift card. You have to use an eBay gift card because the promotion that AT&T is running is partnered with eBay. So you have to get an eBay gift card.
Seems legit.
Right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So then that's why I was like, nah, this is full of shit. You're full of shit, right? So I'm telling my friend this story, and like this happened to me like maybe 2 months ago. It happened to my dad, but it happened to me because I was the one interfering and handling text messages from my elderly father. And so my friend just texted me a voicemail. He just sends me a voicemail now because he recorded the second half of the phone call. Okay. So he recorded the second half of the phone call. The first half of the phone call was the screener was like basically like how much money do you have, and like trying to figure out. And their angle, the people's angles were how much it was that somebody's using your social security number fraudulently, and how much money do you have in your, first of all, what is your banking institution? And my friend says it's the Hialeah Credit Union, the Hialeah Federal Credit Union. So the
genius.
And then he goes, how much money do you have? How much money do you have in your account? And he says $20,000. The guy was so shook by this number, right? Oddly enough, it's an actual number. So the guy gives him $20,000. He was so shook by this number. He goes, "Sir, are you playing with me?"
No.
Playing with me. And then he goes, no, that's how much. I mean, that's how much money I have. Why is my money in danger? Whatever. So my friend is totally fucking with him,
giving him the
around.
hook. Yes.
He's just fucking giving him the hook, whatever.
Yeah.
And so he goes, I gotta put you through to my supervisor. So that's when he gets his wife. My friend gets his wife and goes, you gotta record this shit. Give me your phone. So he records it. So I'm gonna play. If you're watching on YouTube, I have to exit out to be able to reach the file. So he my coworker. All right, so I'll show you. I'll play the file, and it's a little long. It's maybe like 6 minutes long, which seems long audio-wise. So, but just listen to the fucking fact that this dude, this is what he came up with, right? I don't know. All right. Play?
Is it playing? I can't hear it. No, it's not playing through here.
Hold on.
I
know.
Can you hear it, Neri?
No, I can't. It's on. You know why? It's on WhatsApp, and
it must conflict with Zoom.
With Zoom. Fuck, man! And I really wanted to show it.
Can't you log into WhatsApp on something else?
I can't do anything. I can't do anything. I could try to forward it to you, Mike.
Email it to me or
wait. I'll save it. Save to files.
I don't think I have WhatsApp anymore.
What?
I haven't used WhatsApp in forever.
You don't have immigrant family members?
I mean, we all got iPhones. We use FaceTime and messaging.
Your whole family's in this country is what he's trying to say.
Actually, no, my family in France, but we use, I guess, Facebook Messenger. It's the same shit. WhatsApp owns.
It's the same owner, isn't it? Like, didn't Facebook buy WhatsApp?
Yeah,
or something
that's
like that?
that's.
Yeah,
I stopped using it. Like, I was like, I would rather not, because if I'm gonna get anything stolen from, I'd rather be stolen from Apple than Facebook, who's clearly overtly using my shit. Did you see The Social Dilemma? Did you watch that one?
Not yet, because I don't want to know, but I know
that's
I have
behind
to
the
know.
curtain, baby. That's behind the curtain. It's full of lies.
I don't want to.
Your whole social media existence is a lie.
No, I don't want to see it though. Like, I'm not ready. I know I want to because I've heard really good things about it, and I know it's like the responsible thing to do. Blah blah.
I turned
but,
off.
No, but what is it? What is it? What is it?
So it's a documentary from the guys. Basically, like, it interviews a bunch of different people who basically invented the current technology that's being used in social media companies, like these giant companies like Facebook and all that stuff, like YouTube. They talked to the guy who invented like the YouTube algorithm. They talked to the guy who invented like the like button on Facebook. They talked to they just interview people who basically built all these technologies that are now being used by these massive corporations to manipulate the fuck out of you. And it basically goes to show like it's again, every documentary you watch, it has to be watched with like a grain of salt because it's told from a very specific point of view, right? Like it's told with a very specific bias. Like Michael Moore is not giving you fair and balanced, documentary coverage, you know what I mean? But there are certain undeniable things. And then like what really got me is at a certain point when like they start interviewing the people about how they use it. And one guy was like, oh, if I didn't have to have it, I would delete all of it. But what I did is I turned off all the notifications because that's how they manipulate you. The notifications are all timed and processed in a certain way to get you back. They want you, and they want you engaged so they can throw an ad at you. They can make money off of pitching you an ad, and they do it all. It's wild the way they describe it. And it's there's some parts that are a little cheesy, but the message of it, if you're paying attention, is like fucking wild.
Can I just tell you how much of a sucker I am for ads, specifically on Instagram, because Instagram is usually where I go. So I'm gonna give you two instances. I've bought a bunch of shit throughout the years on Instagram. Most of the time,
I love this story.
Most of the time I get my shit, even if it's like mailed from China, even if I get it like 3 months later. Like most of the time I get my shit, right? Sometimes there's one time, and I posted on my Instagram over a year ago. I ordered an Iron Man statue, and what I got was a piece of shit Iron Man. Like it was just like the shittiest Iron Man of all. Like it was one of those things that I expect to see and this is nothing about the country, but just when you go to certain countries, as much as I do, like you go to Mexico or Jamaica, you see like knockoffs like right off the ship. Like it's immediately there for the public. So I got this cheesy, shitty ass Iron Man, but it was a fucking Iron Man. Like, you know what I mean? And I didn't pay a lot of money for it, and I'm always like, whatever. So I see this ad right when the quarantine starts, mid-March, right? Right when the quarantine starts, I see this ad, and it's for a kettlebell that when you turn the kettlebells on the sides, the sides come off. There's handles on the side, and there's fucking plates on the side that make up the kettlebell,
an adjustable,
that are adjustable, that you can then turn to dumbbells. Right. So it's like a kettlebell with dumbbells built in, and you go, this is ingenious. Of course I want to buy this, right? How much is it? Oh, $30? Sounds good to me. I will pay $30.
Wait, it gets better.
So I paid $30. And again, I told myself, dude, you're not gonna get this for months. It's gonna be one of those things where you won't see it for months. Don't be fucking like waiting for it and have it. All right, whatever. So I did. I waited it out, and then in the mail, I got a package in the mail, right? It was obviously from China because the fucking writing. And I was like, oh, I don't know what this is, because again, not for nothing. Not trying to brag, but I do buy a lot of shit from these ads.
He does.
So I don't know what specifically this is or whatever. So
which China bullshit is this?
Yeah, exactly. Hold on. Just to give you, I'm gonna go. It's like right here. I'm gonna get it.
This is so good.
For $30, do you know how much kettlebells are? There's no way. There's no way.
You're not ready.
The fact that you can hold it in your hand.
Wait, you're not ready. Right. You're not.
So I get it and I open it, and I'm like, and so I'm opening this in front of my wife, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. I didn't buy this. She said, why would you buy this? Like, well, I fucking didn't buy it. I didn't order this. I don't know what the fuck this is even supposed to be. Like, what the fuck did I buy that this is supposed to be? And if this is the perfect time if you're listening to this audio-wise, this is the perfect excuse to go to YouTube and check out the fucking YouTube. I promise you, you will not be you won't be disappointed. I'm still gonna explain to you what it is, but I promise you, no matter how good I am at explaining it, you are going to want to see what the fuck I got. So this is the package itself, right? I'm gonna blur up. I'm gonna cover my address, right? But this is the fucking package itself.
The fact that you can hold it in your hand is insane right now.
All right. So ready for this, Mike? Are you fucking ready for this? Ready for this? Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2. This is what I got.
What is that?
Tell them what it is.
This is what I got.
Tell them what it is.
It's a water bottle.
It's a water bottle.
It's a water bottle, but Mike, what's it in the shape of?
A dumbbell.
A dumbbell. It's a water bottle in the shape of a dumbbell. But here's the thing. It's not an actual size dumbbell. Because even if you wanted to be like, fill that shit up with water and do curls, motherfucker, right? Like that's where where your last resort is. Like do fucking, right? Here's the thing. Here's my hand, right?
Mike, look.
No.
So I would literally have to do 3-finger curls.
No.
And I literally have to do this, even if I wanted to.
But that's not what is the thing that was in the ad?
The thing that was in the ad was a kettlebell, and if I could fucking find the ad, I would. But if you Google,
of Ja Rule, it was false advertising.
Yeah, it wasn't fraud. It was false advertising. If you Google kettlebell with dumbbells built in, and it was like this neon green fucking thing.
You'll get
it was
the
like
ad
this neon
now,
green
don't worry.
dumbbell. But that's what I thought I ordered. I thought I ordered a kettlebell with the fucking dumbbells that like the plates of the dumbbell make up the kettlebell. And like if you look at it, it looks like an ingenious idea. You go, this is great. But when I got this fucking water bottle,
my God, that's so funny.
It's a $30 water bottle that he can't even use.
This is a $30 water bottle. Now here's my fucking like.
Wow, I didn't even realize.
It gets even worse. All right, because I'm one of those people where like I've said this before to my other friends. I'm like, look, dude, even if it's bullshit, like whatever I buy on the ad, I have never gotten something that's so like, again, even when I got the Iron Man, it was a shitty Iron Man, but it was what it fucking said it was gonna be, right? It was an Iron Man. Right. But I've never been fucking lied to like this. 1 and 2, in my mind, I always say, you know what, dude, I'll pay for it with my PayPal, and PayPal's usually good. Like they're famous for like backing up the people, right? Like the customer, right? So here's the thing. So I call PayPal and I go, this is what happened. I explain to them what happened. I go, I got pictures if you want me to fucking send you pictures, right? So all right. So then they file a claim, right? And then they email the seller. And you have 30 days when you file a claim. When PayPal files a claim, you have 30 days. And if the seller doesn't reply within 30 days, they refund you your money, right? That PayPal does. So they had 30 days, and then like a day after they send the fucking thing, they said, oh, you've had an offer from the seller for $15, like half of your fucking thing. And I'm like, no, I don't want fucking half my money. I want all my motherfucking money. This is like that dude from I'm gonna get you, sucker. Like, I don't want half my cash. I want some of my money. I want all my motherfucking cash. Like that's that whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So I go, no, fuck that. They lied. This is stupid. They lied. They're like ridiculously absurd, egregious, like Mike said. And
egregious.
Then they go, and then they reply back to me 2 days later, and they say you have to send it back. And I go, I have no problem sending it back. However, when I went to the post office to check how much it would be to send it back, it's like $45 to send back to fucking China. I paid $30 for it. And then they go, oh, no, if you fill out a customs form. I go, listen, I've gone through all these channels. If I fill out the customs form, the shipping is way cheaper, but it's still like $22. And I go, I paid $30 for this. I'm not fucking paying $22. And PayPal, fuck you and your mother, PayPal. PayPal said, sorry, sir, but we don't pay for shipping. We don't cover shipping. We cover the article, and so we'll give you the $30 back, but you have to mail it back. And you have to provide proof that you mailed it back with a tracking number or whatever. So I have to spend $22 to get $30 back, and I fucking fused. And in the code where it says enter the tracking number, I said, fuck you. I put FUCKY0U, and I was like, fuck you. And then I put hyphen. I want to put fuck you for the tracking number. I put hyphen ridiculous with the number one, like our number one. Yeah, I just did all this shit.
Ridiculous.
And then the E was a 3. Like I did all this shit, right? And then they denied my fucking claim a day later. They denied my claim because they wouldn't pay for that shit. But here's the thing. I just out of spite, I refused to spend $22 to get fucking $30 back, and I refused to go back and be like, can you just give me half my money? I refused. I'm like, I'd rather lose all my fucking money and have my integrity than get back some of my money and knowing that you fucking won.
Yeah, because that's how they make money. That's how those companies make money. They'll sell. That costs them pennies. And then what they'll do is they'll send it out and it'll be bait and switch, like, oh, fucking dumbbells or whatever. And then for $30, sure, it's worth the risk. Then you're like, oh no, this is bullshit. I'll give it to you.
It came in bubble wrap. It came in a bubble wrap.
All right, do you want to hear this thing?
So wait. So I called my bank, and then they go, listen, we can't. Like they were like, oh no, that's awful. And then they were like, they checked out the transaction. And because I use PayPal uses my bank information, which is the ACH or HAC, whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. And they can't refund it because they said if you would have used the Visa, if we would have used like that form of payment, we could have refunded it. But because you didn't, it's like a direct deposit type of shit. We can't undo that, the bank said. So the second time, so a few months later,
don't connect your bank to anything.
So a few months later, I then get an offer for these amazing Lego sets, like the Harry Potter Castle Lego set, like the massively discounted, like $40 each type of shit. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm down, right?
Come on, bro. Jesus.
Here's the thing, Michael. I do this knowing that even if it's a scam, I'm going to get my money back because I already talked to the bank and the bank told me how to do it so I could get my money back. So I spent $100, it's like $105 or whatever, on shit that I know in my mind. I'm like, even if I don't get this, I will just get my refund back from my bank. I'm not going through PayPal anymore. I'm not doing any of this shit, right? And like 3 weeks later, it didn't take months. So like 3 weeks later, I get a fucking package in the mail and I open it for my wife. And I go, I don't even know what the fuck this is supposed to be. Like, what did I order that this is even close to? So what I got was, I shit you the fuck not, is 3 pairs of quote unquote Versace socks. One of them is a small, the other one is a medium, and the third is a large. But they all came together. They all came like taped together, all 3 of them. And I was like, so I emailed the company, like, hey, where's my Legos? And they're like, oh, it's already been delivered to you. Here's your tracking number. And I'm like, what? So then it wasn't, even when I got the socks, I still didn't realize that this was supposed to be the Legos. Even when I got the socks, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what I bought that was or whatever. 2 days later, when I decided to email these people about my Legos, I go, it's already been delivered. Here's your tracking number. I go, what are you talking about delivered? I didn't get anything. So I checked the tracking number, USPS, and it's been delivered. And when was it delivered? On Monday, 2 days prior. And I'm like, what the fuck did I get on Monday? The fucking socks, you motherfuckers. But I called my bank and immediately they fucking refunded me the money. And then they were like, we're going to do an investigation. But I go, here. And I told her, I can send you screenshots. I emailed them. They didn't reply. When I told them, hey, I got socks. Where the fuck are my Legos? Either give me my Legos or refund me. They stopped replying to me. Right. So I told my bank all of this information, and they were like, yeah. They're like, oh, we're gonna give you the money back. If for some reason they fight it, at least you have the emails and you have the pictures of the shit that they got you. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. So that's the reason why I decided to do it. That's the reason why I decided to do it the second time, because I was like, no, my bank is already telling me how to do it.
So instead of not getting scammed, you just learned how to get your money back when you got
Missy,
scammed.
What if they fucking would have been actual Lego sets for that incredible low price?
You're that guy
having trust issues. I wonder.
You're that guy in Major League that has to lean into the fastball to get on base. You know you're gonna get hit. You know.
But I'm gonna get on base, right? That's what matters. That's what fucking matters.
Potentially. Bro. All right. You guys want to hear this thing? So what?
Yeah, so I sent Mike the audio file, and so basically the setup is he's already been screened. He's already told the guy that he has $20,000. The guy has now told him he has to put him in to a supervisor. their angle is that they're the FBI. This is the FBI in Texas. All right. So this is the FBI in Texas telling them that shit's going down with his social security number, and pretty much trying to scare the bejesus out of him. And my friend, being my friend, he knows exactly what's up, so he's just fucking feeding him this shit. So go ahead, press play.
Does that sound okay?
I can't hear shit.
Yes, I'm here. All right, the call has been transferred to me. This is Officer James Smith from the FBI headquarters. All right. Okay. I do believe you have words with my officer, and they must explain you each and everything about this case. Have you understood each and everything? What's this case about? A little bit, because he was cutting off at the end and I couldn't hear him. Okay. Let me tell you. So, we just found suspicious activity on your current social security number. Somebody is misusing your identity in a wrong way for buying the drugs and doing the money laundering. So they use my social security to buy drugs? Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you how. By using your social number, they are opening up a bogus bank account. In those accounts, they are putting the money, millions of dollars. By using that money, they are using the buying the drugs, okay?
Millions?
Oh, wow. And how can I stop this? So the thing is that I will let you know. Right now, in front of me, sir, you were an innocent person, but in front of the Texas courthouse, there are two allegations on your name. The first one is the money laundering, the other is the drug trafficking. And just because of these two allegations, there is an active arrest warrant on your name as well. So we get a notice from the Texas courthouse. You sure it's my name? Sorry? You sure it's under my name? Which name? The one I gave you, Juan Carlos Rodriguez Martinez. Yeah, there is an active arrest warrant on your name.
Yes, that's the one.
Criminal activities, correct? In Texas? So, yeah, in the state of Texas, where your case is running right now, all right? Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So we get a notice from the Texas courthouse that we need to suspend your current social security number on an immediate basis. And then we have to regenerate a new social number for you as well. Development, we are going to suspend your social number like all the 15 fake accounts which are currently operational on your name, and the account which is owned by you is going to be freezed up. So you're not able to access to any of your bank account till the time tomorrow when the officer was going to meet you with your new social number. So he's the person who will going to link up all your information with your new social number as well. And at the same time, the officer going to provide you each and every information to you as well. All right? Okay, so someone's going to meet with me to give me my new social? Yeah. And what do I do with my old social? You're not going to be continue with your current social number. It would be discontinued like from today. Tomorrow you will be going to get a new social number by tomorrow itself. Okay. And that new social number is going to be linked with your bank account, your each and everything. And then, sir, like you can get the access of your hard-earned money as well. And how do I link my bank account to the social? The officer who will gonna meet you, he will gonna do that, okay, in person. Okay. And where do I meet this person or this officer? Okay, so what I'm saying, that is the reason, like before we are going to suspend your social number and your bank account is gonna be freezed up, or you will gonna lose any of your hard-earned money from your side, because right now the government will mark all your money as an illegal amount, as a black money. Okay. We have to show to the government that yes, whatever the money you're holding right now, that is only belongs to you. This is all your hard-earned money. You're not holding any illegal or a black money in your account, right? Of course not. So we have to secure your money, and for that, the government is providing you the facility of a federal security locker through which you have to convert or put your money under your name into the federal government security cards. And these federal cards are going to be activated on your name, and these federal cards stay with you till the time tomorrow when the officer is going to meet you with your new social number. Then you have to submit all the federal cards to that officer, and he will going to bring you the check of your money. and that check you need to deposit it in your bank account, so you will get the excess of your money again. All right?
All right, pause it real quick. Pause it, Mike. Pause it. So the scam is your money right now, the government is going to think it's dirty because your social security number is being used to buy drugs. So the money in your account and all these accounts with the social security number is dirty. So you need to take your clean money and put it into a gift card. And then that gift card will be turned into a check that would then be put back into your new account tomorrow once you get your new social security number.
Right. Yeah.
That's basically
it's
what. Yeah, it's absurd and ridiculous, but just to catch up the listener on what's happening, that's what he's saying right now.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead, press play.
In order to get the federal cards, there would be a government authorized store like a Walmart, Target, Stop and Shop. Can I know which store you have nearby you?
I have a Walmart.
All right. So you need to go to the Walmart store right now, carry your picture ID, your debit card, and your cell phone, and you're able to get there by driving or by walking. How you will get there?
By driving.
All right. So carry your things with you. Once you sit in your car, do let me know, and keep you on the same line. Do not hang up the call. Stay with me. Stay connected. Okay?
Well, I'm at work right now. I can't leave work.
So you have to take a break from your workplace. Tell them it's a kind of a family emergency. I will be back in another 40 to 50 minutes. All right?
What?
The fuck?
Wait, this is the fucking best part right here. Watch.
The thing is, I'm a police officer and I can't really leave work like that.
Okay, you are a police officer?
Yes.
Okay, why can't you suck my dick, you motherfucker?
And that's it. That's the whole fucking call.
Why can't you? What did he say? Hold on. What did he say?
Why can't you suck my dick, you motherfucker?
And you're able to don't hang up the call. Stay with me. Stay connected, okay?
Well, I'm at work right now. I can't leave work.
So you have to take a break from your workplace. Tell them it's a kind of a family emergency. I will be back in another 40 to 50 minutes, all right?
The thing is, I'm a police officer and I can't really leave work like that.
Okay, you are a police officer?
Yes.
Okay, why can't you suck my dick, you motherfucker?
Yep. Why can't you suck my dick, you motherfucker?
Yeah, that's it. That was yeah. And I was like, man, I wish I would have had the fucking I didn't think of any of that shit when it was happening to me 2 months ago because it wasn't nearly as fun as that. Like these guys were quote unquote FBI agents. And first of all, his name, if you listen to the beginning of the phone call, we're not gonna go through it every step of the way, but the beginning of the phone call, he says that that he what was it that he said? His name was FBI agent Officer James Smith.
Oh yeah. Like
the
whole
yeah, that sounds like a James Smith.
Yeah. That's a common thing. Look, I get it. If there's a big, like when you call some sort of call center in India, which was more popular than it is now, when they would tell you, yes, my name is Jonathan, and I'm like, sure, fine, sure. Jonathan, because if it's there's like a Chandrasekhar, I'm gonna be like, you know what, if you want to make this easier for you, go ahead. Your name's John, sure, but federal agent James John, whatever the fuck. I always get the automated ones, and you know what sucks? What bothers me about this shit? There's a podcast called Reply All. Have you ever seen? Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's great. There's this whole run of episodes where this guy gets one of the hosts. That's all about technology and modern times and technology, interesting stories or whatever. And then one of them is he gets a call from the recorded thing of like, oh, the IRS is trying to contact you because of such and such. I get those all the time. He starts talking to the guy, and he starts like, oh my, like just completely biting on the bait, like just like, oh my God, that's incredible. Oh no, please tell me whatever. And then so he starts asking the guy. He's a reporter, so he starts asking the guy questions. He fucking flies to India to meet the guy and talk to, like, figure out what's going on. It's literally like there are legit ones, but they don't make enough money. So like, fuck it, we're scamming people now. And it's like the people that hold your software hostage, like your files on your computer, you have to call a certain number, pay in Bitcoin, all this bullshit. all of that stuff. It just comes because those legal call center places stopped being used because people got mad at the accents, and then they just turned into just whatever, illegal, whatever. You'll make money.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's funny because some people are like, oh, they should call the cops and have the call traced. I'm like, it's gonna be traced to India.
Yeah.
It's gonna be traced to India. That's
call the FBI. It's like, no, you're on the phone with the FBI. James Smith, there he is, right there.
He told you.
I'd like to. It's like, oh, you're the FBI. Oh, I'd like to report a call scam operation that I've just received. Can you trace the call? You are the FBI. It's wild.
What the heck?
Wild. I love the fact that my friend told him he's a cop. He's like, oh, I'm a police officer, so I can't really leave like that. I'm like, well, that's so fucking funny. That's so funny.
Is he really a cop?
No, I was just,
that reveal.
Funny. I mean.
That reveal is good because you could tell that guy was like, because the guy on the other, look, I used to work at a call center where we did surveys. We did market research, and that was miserable. I worked there for a weekend, and then they cut our program or whatever. It was when I was temping.
And the program after a weekend? Jesus Christ.
It was.
Are you sure you weren't asking people for a gift card, motherfucker?
Hey, I was the only motherfucker that we got one survey back in like 48 hours.
And it was yours?
And it was me. And the guy.
You put that on your resume.
He's so bragging about it too. That's so fucking funny.
Was me. And it was for some printers or whatever. And you had to get to like whoever is in charge of purchasing IT equipment for this company. Nobody wants to fucking talk to me. Nobody wants to, like, why did I bring that up? Oh, because there was times where you would get excited where they're like going along with it, where it's like, the receptionist actually put the call through. Oh, great. Yes. Hi. Yeah. Thank you. And it's like, hi, would you like to answer a few questions? And then there's someone talking, da, 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 da. And then there was a couple times where like I was getting through the questions, which was just this insanely long, dumbass survey, just so long. And then I got like a good portion of the way through, and all of a sudden the phone rings and the guy's like, oh, hold on. I'll be right back. And I'm like, and then they basically just disconnect. I'm like, fuck. I just wasted like 15 minutes on this phone call.
Well, my friend told me that's the reason why he did it, is because he's wanting to waste this guy's time. Like, if the longer they take with me, the less time they have fucking sucking somebody else. Like finding somebody else to suck.
Because old people fucking bite on that shit all the time. Like remember, I used to get the email from the African Prince, right? Do you remember the Nigerian?
Yeah, the Nigerian Prince. 6 months ago, actually.
That's still kicking. It's still, and it's like you ever see like a guy who's like just shitty, but he's like he's trying to meet a girl, and he's always like these asshole dudes. The reason why dudes do it is because it worked once. They're doing these scams because they work. They'll send out a bazillion emails and someone will respond. Someone, and if they get one person, it costs them pennies to send all those emails and to host the email server. Fuck it, they're gonna make a ton of money, and it's old people who get fucked over
because they don't buy the whole thing. Like their market, they are a market that caters to old people things, and one of the things is just naiveness and falling for
fear. They're like, oh, you're in trouble with the FBI, you're in trouble with the IRS, like you're gonna like that's fear. Like these are institutions that as Americans we're like, oh no, you don't fuck with the IRS, you don't fuck with the FBI. Like this is the type of shit where, you know what I mean? Like my dad had it easy where he was getting text messages for quote unquote DirecTV or AT&T, whatever the fuck it was. And it was like I had to teach him how to block numbers. I'm like, this is how you block numbers, guys. If you don't know those numbers, don't fucking reply. If you didn't reply to them first, if you didn't text them first, they shouldn't be texting you. Period. Like that's just bottom line.
They'll never send it. Like the IRS and any government entity will never call you. Yeah. They always send a letter. They'll never call you.
But it's fucking now I'm kind of excited to get in. I've done it before where I've played along with these fucking people, but I've been obviously like, but I've been like, my friend was like very polite and very like, oh wow, I'm falling for it. I was doing the times that I've done it is that I've fucked around with them. Like I've been like, really? So you gotta use a gift card? Like I find that weird this day and age, right? Because like eBay. It's its own institution, though. Like, they have their own cards, right? I mean, so...
I just thought of something. Like that. What if I hire a call center to call my mother and teach her about the internet? You think that fucking works? I'm just saying, we could play to the whole scenario.
Wow, we could just call her.
I just thought of something hilarious. Well, you could hire somebody to call your mom and sucker her out of fucking money.
No, because that's my money, and we're not doing that.
Not you specifically. I don't mean you, Missy. I mean like people in general. Can you imagine that? People are like, it's my inheritance, and they're wasting it on this fucking dumb dog that they just whatever the fuck. Like just picturing the most evil, twisted.
Yeah. There's people like that who will like secure they secure the bag. You know what I mean? They got to get their money. They will like, oh God, what was that story? I just read something recently that what was it? Someone had signed over like a bank account or something like that. Actually, even better story. This happened when I worked at the bank. Someone had like opened an account with somebody who had just come from Cuba or something like that. I can't remember what country. I think it was Cuba. And then the guy came, and his name is on the account, and he wrote himself a check. He's like, "What's the balance? This much? Oh, I'm going to leave $100, and I'm going to take the rest." That lady who was helping this guy out comes in one day, like not paying attention, not like no big deal, and all of that shit's gone. And then she's like, "Wait, what?" And then they're like, "Oh, what?" It's like, "Yeah." And then I had to be, because it's a small bank, I was like, "Yeah, this guy came in and he wrote a check out and he cashed a check." Like, "Why did you stop him?" And it's like, lady, you're the one that put his name on your account. Like, you're the one who did it, Like if it, like you're she gave him access. Like that's why never give anybody access to, like, even on websites and stuff like that. Like, don't put your bank account unless there is zero other option.
Even your spouse, don't give no
spouse
your money.
Actually, speaking from experience, this is actually a very smart move. Do not give your passwords away.
My wife and I don't share bank accounts. And it's only because of we don't want to go through the hassle of it. Like it's nothing nefarious. It's nothing like fucking I'm gonna take my money. It's like we don't.
She's gonna take all the money.
We have.
You're gonna buy these motherfucking Chinese Legos again, you motherfucker. I'm gonna take this money.
Actually, she wasn't even mad at me about that one because she's the one that sent me the fucking ad for the Chinese Legos.
Yeah,
so it's not even that one's not even.
Right.
She can't even be mad at me. But she's not even mad. We just laugh about this. Like, this is all so stupid. Like the fucking fact that I got a water bottle dumbbell. Like that's just. Yeah, absurdly funny. I feel like I paid $30 for a bit.
Yes, that's basically
that's
what
how
it
I'm
is.
looking at it. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, I paid $30 to be able to tell this story on stage. The only bad part is that no matter how fucking good I am at describing this shit, it's never gonna be as funny as seeing it in fucking person, as actually seeing the thing in person. And then if I do that, I become a prop comic. I can't become a prop comic all of a sudden.
No. That's your new merch, and you're going to sell it for $30 after the show.
This is 2020 cupcake story.
My God,
you're just going to
fucking great.
Buy those water bottles in bulk, and then you're like, dude, get them in the back for $30.
I know you're joking, but this is so fucking funny, dude. That is so funny. And here's the thing: I can actually put that on a T-shirt. Put a picture of it on a T-shirt.
Just put like a water bottle, just a picture of that, just shaped like a dumbbell.
No, of the actual thing, of the actual fucking thing.
Yeah,
and then it says,
I ordered a kettlebell, and all I got was this shirt.
No, you could put like don't do any online shopping, or like or when online shopping goes bad. That could be the caption on the shirt.
Or results may vary.
Results may vary. Oh, that's so good. Results may vary. And then at the bottom of the water bottle, you put actual size.
Yes.
You put the fucking actual size of the dumbbell.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I'm in. I'm fucking in.
Wow, you
dude.
guys just came up with $1 million idea. Good for you guys.
That's what happens when Neri and I get together. You don't understand.
Magic.
There's a reason this happened. There's a reason that Neri and I were meant to meet, because every time we get together, we're always like, fucking ideas, bro. Like
such a good one, man. I agree, man. It's so funny. It's so weird. Mike and I have become such good friends over the last 9 years, and it was all happenstance. It was all happenstance. He was hanging out at the Miami Improv, and I was getting paid to run the open mics. And by run the open mics, all you do is you get the list from somebody else. Somebody else emails you the list of people who have signed up to perform. You make sure that from the box office that each one of those people brought 5 people, and then you do a lineup. And that's it. That's running the open mic. And I got
You
paid
can put
money
that
for
on
that.
your resume.
Somebody from the improv was like, "Can you run the open mic tonight?" And I'm like, "I don't really want to." And they're like, "It's gonna be $50." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll fucking run the open mic tonight."
I'll take it.
And then I met Mike there, and he was a cool guy, and he was cool. And then I was talking somewhere along the lines, talking about I want to do a podcast because somebody, Robert Kelly, a comedian, Robert Kelly, told me I should do one.
Yeah.
And then Mike
You know
was
where we
like,
were?
I know how to do one.
I remember where we were. We were at Elwood's, outside of Elwood's. Remember when Forrest was doing that show there? And I remember you were talking about doing a podcast, and I had been like figuring it out because I wanted to do one too, and I had bought a microphone and everything like that, and I knew like how to do it because I had been listening to podcasts, and they were like, oh, like go out there, do your own thing, go out there, do your own thing. This is before everyone and their fucking mother had a podcast, and and then you just literally said it, and then I was like, I was like, I know how to do
one.
I got it.
I was like, all right, cool. That's it, and that was it. And then, but we've become such good friends. Because it's funny because that same story with somebody else, you could talk to them, you could have a phone call conversation with them, and in 5 minutes be like, I don't want to hang out with this guy. I don't want to do a podcast with this guy, right? That could be the situation. But like. 9 years later, here we are. We're like, you want to do a podcast? He's like, goddamn right. And he goes, is there a set of topics, or are we just gonna free flow like old school? I'm like, motherfucker, we didn't do topics back in 9 years ago. What makes you think we got this shit now? And literally 20 minutes before this fucking phone call took place, this Zoom call took place, I get that voice message from my friend. He goes, bro, check out what just happened. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking awesome. Can I talk about it on the podcast? He's like, fuck yeah. I'm like, okay.
I remember like when we started doing it, and I still have no idea. I remember when we got our fan, Rookie. I remember when Rookie showed up, and we were just like, it's like, we have a fan. And I remember someone came to a show, or someone came to something where we were at. And, Izu, yeah.
Izu.
And I was like, and then they were like, no, I listened to the podcast. And I got like emotional. Like I was like, oh God.
It's not going to
It's great, man. Yeah. My favorite running thing was anytime someone in the universe said the word bro, Neri was like, you think they listen to the podcast?
Is that real? Did you really? Yes. Like, was it a genuine question?
I didn't really think it, but it was a funny running bit where, and then when somebody would come up to me after the show and be like, "Hey, what's up, bro?" I'm like, "Oh, he must listen."
He's listening. And then the guy.
And to the listeners, if you're listening right now, if you don't live in Miami, you don't know. But everybody in Miami says bro. Everybody in Miami says bro. And so even women, like you say it to women, you hear from women, everybody says bro.
Everybody says that's a Miami pronoun. Like it's just, it is. How do you identify bro?
A bro.
Everybody says what's up, bro. Like that's the reason why I named the podcast What's Up, Bro, is because it's like, what's the most Miami thing I can name it without naming it two spics on a mic. Like that's the only thing. I'm like, I couldn't do that. So what's up, bro, it is. And so it was just so funny for years. Anytime somebody would say what's up, bro, to me, if Mike was around, I'd be like, oh, bro, I think he's
shit, yeah. Like both of us would, and then it got to the point where anytime it came up, both of us would just like perk up and look at each other like,
we got one, bro. We got one.
We got one. That's that extra hit we got last week where we got like 2 listeners or whatever. It was like,
oh, remember when we used to do that? We used to go like every single day. We would check the numbers, like, all right, and who's listening, and what state are they listening in, and whatever. Like, oh, we got a listener in fucking Sweden. We're like, we got one in Sweden.
That's right. Yeah. There was one. All of a sudden, there was like there was a few in Texas, and then there was some in like in Australia, and then there was a random one in like non-English country, like there was like Sweden and Turkey or some shit like that. I can't remember, but we were like, "Yo, we made it!" Like,
we used to check it we used to check it every day. Like, what are the fucking stats? And then it's so funny because somebody who started a podcast recently, Ricky Cruz started a podcast recently. And he started one with Luis Diaz, and then Luis and I were talking, and he goes, "Hey, let me ask you a question. Who do you use to do the podcast with? Like, who's your hosting site?" And I go, Podbean. And he goes, "Oh, I use Squarespace, but Squarespace doesn't give you analytics." He goes, "Does Podbean give you analytics?" I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Really? Like, show me." And I had to like show him like how to work, like probably because he's thinking about switching. But that was the first time in 7 or 8 years that I've looked at fucking numbers of it. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I told him. I even told him, I go, look, right now you care about it because you think it's important, but I'm promising you, if you're doing this to get to like pump up, who gives a fuck? No,
do you know how many podcasts there are? Just do it because it's fun. Because there's nothing.
Just do it because it's fun.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. Missy and I are gonna get WuBro tattoos. Let me know if you're in.
Oh, you gotta show me. Well, it depends on what it looks like. Is it the microphone?
It's the logo. It's the logo.
The logo.
Maybe
the new one.
I like it.
So I like the logo a lot, just because I'm a fan of the logo. It's not. You know, it's funny. I was telling Missy, it's like, it's not narcissistic. Isn't that narcissistic? And then I was like, I actually do like the logo though. Like, if I didn't like the logo, I don't think I would get it. But
it's a cool logo.
Like
it's great on merch. Really
cool logo. It is great on merch, which is available on TeePublic or Amazon. Link is in our Amazon, is in our Instagram bio. So make sure you check that out. Anyways, we're gonna close up the show. Thank you very much, Mike, for coming back. You want to do this every week? We could do Zoom every week now, bro.
I think I might, man. We just got to figure out like a schedule, because there's certain days of the week. Well, can I promote? No, because tonight I normally play D&D. You know, I got my Dungeons and Dragons crew going, and but tonight they were doing something else. But
it's amazing that you're single again. I don't know why.
What do you think I'm filling my time with now? I got more time for.
His hand is broken.
My hand. I can't. I have one thing, Neri. I have so little. Let me enjoy my thing.
Plug the other podcast you got.
Well, no, because so speaking about like doing it just for fun or whatever, trying to get numbers and all that shit. So if you go on Facebook to the Missing Sock Podcast Collective, it's this new thing that my friend Alex is putting together, where it's basically just a whole bunch of podcasts that, rather than just be sporadic, it's gonna. I'm telling you, WuBro, Geek Bro is like trendsetter, because it's true. Like, just get it all under one umbrella and promote it. So I'm going to be doing a show.
Audience sharing.
It's exactly right. And then who cares about numbers but just like promote your things, just so that it sustains itself, you know? And so there's a whole bunch of different shows on there. Go to the Missing Sock Podcast Collective on Facebook. And then it's just getting off the ground now. So I think the first episode of Amanda's show, it's called I Have a Question, is up. And then Mystic Lasagna is another show. It's where they do tarot card readings from a randomly generated Garfield comic strip. And it's wild. It's so fun. I'm doing a show. I'm probably bringing back Zeros on Heroes soon. I just have to figure that out for the scheduling. But I'm doing a show called Mike Contextualizes the Universe, MCU, where we're going to go over all of the MCU and talk about, like, from Alex's perspective, which is like from like a literary and mythology and all that stuff. And then I'm going to talk about like current events, about like what was happening when the movies came out and what we were up to in 2008 when Iron Man came out, all that shit. So we're starting that out, and it should be dropping soon. I don't know, but you can go on the Missing Sock Podcast Collective.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And to the listener, should have mentioned this beforehand, but we are now part, as well as being part of the Geek Bro Network, where you can find other great podcasts such as Pero Let Me Tell You, Chow Like at Best with Mike Valdez, and Mount Geekmore. There's also, we're also part of another podcast network that started up with a part of the Helium Podcast Network, which is the Helium Comedy Club, national chain of comedy clubs, has started their own podcast network. And I'm very happy, very grateful that they have asked me to be part of the launch, because they just launched it at the time of this recording a week ago, and they asked me to be part of it, me and like 6 other comics, to be part of the Helium podcast network.
I saw that, man. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. I thought it was pretty cool that Helium Comedy Club is, again, it's a fucking great chain of comedy clubs. They don't have one in Florida, unfortunately, but I will be at the one in North Carolina, I believe in November or December. We haven't tied on the date yet, but we're both interested in getting our show together.
Remember
thank you for checking us out. Right.
No, remember when I wanted to do that shit? We're gonna end it. Fine.
Yeah. Right.
Remember, I want to do that shit at the Miami Improv. I'm a trendsetter. Fuck you. I'm a trendsetter.
We both said the same thing. I was never in town long enough to be able to do it. I just couldn't do it myself. But you're right. You did come up with that. Thank you guys for checking us out. I created the fucking Inside Out Oreo though, so that was me. That's how winning is done. All right, and we're done.
That was
it.
good. That was fun,
Yeah,
man.
let's do it again.
We'll definitely do it again. Like if you want to, let me look at because my work schedule's all weird. But whatever like fits, we'll do it. I'm down. This was good.
Down. All right, guys. Gonna try to
Bye.
get laid. Gonna go get shut down. Bye.
I'm gonna go sadly watch D&D stuff because I can do nothing else. Oh, wait a minute.
Do the stranger.
I was kidding.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Stranger danger.
She fucking bailed.